what others don't, that you're meant for more. And here's the dangerous part. Sometimes that belief is true. You are capable of more. You do have potential. But ego takes that raw potential and rushes it forward prematurely, before it's earned, before it's tested, before it's stabilized. Ego whispers, "We're special." Reality responds, "Then prove it." Most people never hear the second voice. At the beginning, when you're young or inexperienced or just starting something new, the world is generous with illusions. Social media rewards confidence, not competence. Culture celebrates visibility over mastery, noise over substance. And if you're not careful, you begin to perform success instead of building it. That's where ego thrives. Ego wants the title before the work, the reward before the sacrifice, the authority before the apprenticeship. It wants to skip steps and call it efficiency. But skipping steps doesn't make you faster, it makes you fragile. The ancient Stoics understood this deeply. They warned that the greatest threat to progress isn't failure, it's early success. Because failure humbles you, success inflates you. And an inflated self-image cannot fit through the narrow door that real growth requires. At the beginning, the real work is not standing out. It's disappearing. It's becoming a student, learning how little you know, and being grateful for that realization instead of threatened by it. Here's a principle that matters far beyond philosophy, even into money and freedom. Ego makes you expensive. An ego-driven life costs more. It requires validation, recognition, lifestyle signaling, constant comparison. You spend before you earn. You consume before you compound. You optimize for how things look instead of how they work. And that is a terrible foundation for wealth. True financial freedom is built quietly. It favors patience, humility, and restraint. Ego hates all three. I've seen people make money early and lose it faster because ego convinced them the income was proof of permanence. It wasn't. It was a test. A test they failed by upgrading their identity instead of their systems. Ego at the beginning tells you to speak when you should listen, to teach when you should learn, to lead when you should follow. And the cost of that mistake is usually invisible at first. It shows up later as missed fundamentals, weak foundations, and blind spots that only reveal themselves under pressure. Aspiration is not the enemy. Ego is. Aspiration says, "I want to be better." Ego says, "I already am." That difference determines everything. The most effective people I've met, the ones who last, the ones who build real wealth, real influence, real autonomy, share a common trait early on. They were willing to be underestimated. They didn't rush to brand themselves. They didn't announce their arrival. They didn't confuse attention with progress. They worked. They treated obscurity as an advantage, not an insult. Because obscurity gives